Well, first of all, I want to welcome everyone to the 5th Annual Women at Heart event right here at Mitchell's, and give yourselves a big round of applause for being here. Last year at this time, I was unemployed. I had been fired by CBS 4 years earlier. And doing this event every year, I think, or almost every year. And then last year, someone at this event saw me and got me a job at NBC because of this event. Is that a beautiful story? Now, it's not true at all. But I didn't really have a good segue to get into the evening. But the good news is I am employed this year. I am at NBC News and WNBC in New York, and it is so good to be drawing a check here and to be able to walk in here and simply look around without looking out of place. It is lovely of Mitchell's to be hosting again this year, and in just a little while we're going to have the live auction for a $5,000 shopping spree in this store. $5,000 worth of merchandise. Again, a round of applause for Billy Mitchell, the Mitchell family. And I want to remind you that some of the things I'm going to ask you to bid on tonight, it's hard to imagine what the dollar value looks like. You say $5,000 of merchandise at Mitchell's, and it's hard to kind of compute that in the head. So I want to show you a little example of what $5,000 of merchandise could mean to you tonight. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm looking around, and I know there are people who need socks. So Billy, I don't know how to thank you. So good. Cy Sims never did shit like this. That's what I have to say. Never. So it's great to be here. Such a crowd, so many variations of blonde here. It's really overwhelming. So many of you belong to country clubs that I can't even play at. It's nice to see you. It really is. This is like, according to Donald Trump, this is like a Women for Donald Trump rally. No, I don't think so. I don't think so, right? It is just terrific to be here, I must tell you. I wasn't sure if I was going to come again this year to be part of it because I demanded twice what I earned last year for this event. And I know there was some back and forth, but once they threw in the matzah for me, it was a done deal, and we were able to close things up rather nicely. We have a great night, and I want to tell you why it's so important to have an event for cardiology and heart health at a place like Mitchell's. Because cardiac events and shopping in this store go hand in hand. I don't come in here without, someone doing an EKG as I walk behind the Brioni aisle. I feel the stress. So it's lovely to be here, and to be honest with you, it's such an important event, and I'm so very proud to be partnering with everyone who's been involved with putting this together tonight. Stu Marcus, Stu, are you here? Where are you? Stu, it is so good to see you back again this year. And of course, part of the fun of the event is that physicians and nurses are the models we're going to see. Our healthcare professionals are modeling. Stu is going to model a Calvin Klein thong this year, going way out, and it's good of you to be here, and we appreciate you racing from the urologist to make it here tonight. Very nice of you. Very nice. So we've got a great event here. Let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to do tonight. What we're trying to do, to be honest with you, and many of you are very generous people who go to event after event after event. And what we're going to try and do tonight is explain to you why this fundraising is so important. What makes St. Vincent's and this annual Women at Heart event so important. And we're going to do that with real examples and real people. It's always great to get together. This is a community where we celebrate a lot of great things. And it's a very generous community. And often we're gathering year after year at these fundraisers. But today you're going to hear a little bit about what's happened in the year since we last gathered and what the goals are for the year from now until we next gather again. And hopefully that'll give you an idea of why we do what we do every year and will motivate you to get involved in some way, whether it's financially or otherwise. All the monies raised tonight are going to benefit the St. Vincent's Regina L. Cosa Women at Heart programs, which provide life-saving cardiac preventative screenings to underinsured women. Plain and simply, the world outside of Fairfield County and outside some of the comfortable places we live and play are filled with people who are not as lucky to get the best health care, to be able to get the preventative screenings necessary to cut down on major diseases, on horrible illnesses, and on preventative problems. And we have the ability, there are things we know now. And what we know now is that by getting an early look at the heart, by treating people early, by early intervention, by education, we can change the course of someone's life. We can change the course of someone's health. It's not a pipe dream. It's not something we want to do years from now or that we think is possible. It's something that we actually know. So the idea is that we get these preventative screenings to the people who often need them most and the people who can afford them least. Through the generosity of the Mitchells, again, I want you to know they'll be donating 10% of what's sold at the store this evening. 10%. Right, wow, a big hand for them. And I'm going to ask Billy right now to tape his mouth closed because he's going to start waving at me. But it's not just this event. Shh. It's not just heart health. It's not just in 2016. It's in 2006. It's in 1996, 1986, 76, 66, and back and back and back throughout the generations that the Mitchells have been part of this community that they have given back. And Billy and I talk about family a lot. But the Mitchells proudly represent the legacy of their father and grandfather in this store and in Greenwich and on Long Island with all of their charitable contributions and involvement. It's not just giving money. They're here, they're in the community, and we salute you and we thank you for all of that. Now, in the future, and in the past. So a couple of things to start. We're going to try and get everyone out by 1 a.m. We have a giving tree tonight, and you can donate for a specific purpose, such as $100 towards cardiac screening at the Mercy Learning Center for a woman in our community who has no insurance. No matter how you donate tonight, you will automatically see or receive one of these great coveted blinking hearts. I mean, wear this to work. People will say, hey, happy Halloween. And your name is going to be placed on an ornament on the giving tree. And what we'd love to be able to do is fill up the room with flashing lights for a couple of reasons. Number one, that means so many people give. And number two, the Mitchells are so cheap, they're wondering if they can actually turn off the lights and avoid paying some power bills tonight if enough of us give and light up the room with these. We have a silent auction. We have terrific stuff. UConn men's basketball. The New York Knicks, who are soon to be a professional basketball team. It's what we're calling the Bernie Sanders package. I love Vermont skiing. You may be booing. Somebody likes him in the state of Connecticut. And then we have the live auction and some items to bid on. Did anyone see that beautiful live floral heart in the front? you have the opportunity to bid on that, and it's fleeting beauty, but it is simply spectacular. And hopefully you have a large minivan and can get it home tonight. You can bid on a Yankees game in Brian Cashman's box. Brian will be there as well. You can tell him what the team is doing wrong, and manage for a day. And then we will look at the screen in just a little while, and we'll have some other great live auctions. So I'm asking you, please give generously. We have the opportunity, we have the potential to save lives. That's not an exaggeration. It's not to make it dramatic. We can save lives. I've told this story before, that it's because of preventative heart medicine and the practice thereof that my mother-in-law is alive today. And that brings me great joy. Thank you, Dr. Squitieri. Now, before I go to hell, I want to introduce Diane Auger, the president of the St. Vincent's Medical Center Foundation, the SVP and Chief Strategy Officer of St. Vincent's Medical Center. Diane? Yes, you can.
Okay, so how do you go after you? I don't know. I didn't know you were going to be so funny. So can we just give Dave Price a round of applause, really? Thank you. Again, you're generous to do this for us every year. I thought some people know our Chief Clinical Officer. His name is Dr. Dan Gottschall. He doesn't have a lot of socks. So I thought maybe I will throw them out to you. It's like an inside joke, but for some of the people that know Dan, he rain, shine, winter, snow, whatever, he doesn't wear socks. So, okay. Oh, should I walk this? I don't like being up here. Okay, so on behalf of St. Vincent's and the Regina Cossa Center, thank you for being here. I'm going to be sort of the serious one of the night because I serve as president of the foundation. And it's overwhelming, first of all, to see all of you here with us supporting the Regina Cossa Center because we serve people that are underserved. That's what St. Vincent's is about, and that's what this center is about. And so first of all, thank you all again for being with us tonight. It takes months to do this. This does not come together easily. I think you know that. And so I'd like to recognize the three co-chairs that helped us to put this together, and I'd like them to come up actually. Mary Nicolia Deotis, who works with Mitchell, is a power. Where are you, Mary? Come on up here. Mary. She might be out there dressing everybody. Attorney Joyce Riccio. Joyce, where are you? You've shared your powerful story of your own heart. Come on up. We want you to come up here. Come on up. Be recognized. And you're going to hear from Dr. Anya Wagner, but I also want Dr. Wagner to come up here and be recognized. Come on over here, you guys. We have a special gift for you that we want to give to you. They're not coming. Okay. There's no stairs on that side. Okay. How about if I do this? I'll hold it up. This is their special gift from us. And it's from us to each one of you. And we hope that you... It's comfy. And we do bless your hearts. So thank you for all that you've done. You know what? And we've had 28 other committee members. If you're here, would you stand so we can recognize you for the work you did to make tonight possible? 28 committee members. I know you're out there. If you could stand so we could say thank you, we would love it. Thank you. And we've got a lot of St. Vincent's people in the room today. You see the flashing hearts that people have, and then you know there's St. Vincent's physicians in the room. If they've got the special flashing tie, red cross, red ribbon, I'm sorry. Those are physicians. And we encourage you, when you see a physician, ask them some questions, because they need some work to do tonight. That's why they're here, all right? And the last thing I want to do is thank the Mitchell family. I know, Dave Price, you said it so well. Bill is a board member of St. Vincent's. His family is so generous. He's been so generous. They give us this venue every year, and we can't thank them enough, so I know they deserve another round of applause. And with that, I'm going to bring up Bill Mitchell.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Enough of the thanks, please. Yeah, I am Bill Mitchell, and representing my family and all the Mitchells, and particularly Mary. Mary, put your hand up, come on. Mary Nicola Dias. 5 years ago, Mary came to me and said, you know, Bill, I want to get involved at St. Vincent's. I said, great. She has been the mover and the shaker, along with your team of Sandy and Jackie, Kristen. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all the hard work, Mary, you have done to make this evening and the 4 previous ones so successful. Thank you. I love you. I just want to say a word too, and then I'll introduce the next speaker. Dave Price is one of a kind. With a tongue in cheek and a lot of humor, I call him my token Jew, because he is the spokesperson for St. Vincent's, Sacred Heart University, the Inner City Foundation, which is an arm branch of the Diocese of Bridgeport, our diocese in Fairfield County, et cetera, et cetera. He's though remained a true Jew. He belongs to the Conservative Synagogue right around the corner, has a home in Westport, and Dave always says yes. I'm going to tell you something else. He won't want me to say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You remember how, if you're old as I am, you remember Bob Hope going over to the troops over in the Middle East. Dave, I think this was his 10th or 11th consecutive year, during the holiday season, gets on an airplane and goes over and entertains our troops, because that's who he is. Dave?
Get on with the show, Bill. Get on with the show.
And I'll just close with Dave Price by saying, I'm the happiest guy in the world. He's employed. He owed us for 2-3 years. His Mitchell bill finally paid it. I had to credit the interest charges. So Dave, mazel tov to you on the job at CNBC. It's wonderful. On a serious note, one of the best decisions I ever made on behalf of our family was to get involved at St. Vincent's Medical Center. You know, I'm a native Westporter. My doctors kind of all came from the Norwalk area. But I got involved, and I'm glad I'm still involved, because, and I don't want if there's anybody at the press, I don't want this out, but you know what? When the EMS comes to this store or to my home, and I dare say that my wife has had a couple of experiences of saving her life, and my youngest son, Tyler, 6 years ago with meningitis, was very critically ill, and they're all thriving today because of the care and the love of St. Vincent's Medical Center. So, congratulations. So it's really been a privilege for us and our family to give back, make a difference, and we will continue to do that. Lastly, I'm going to introduce the boss here. Is right. No, my wife isn't here. She decided she couldn't come tonight. in true disclosure, right? This guy's been at St. Vincent's, for those of you who don't know, for 10 years. He's been the CEO now for 3. He's also one of the kindest, nicest people, because I bother him every week. He and Frank Schifo, Dr. Schifo, Diane, there's always someone in our organization that's on his or her way to St. Vincent. So I just want to say about Stu Marcus, Dr. Stuart Marcus, he is beyond a leader at St. Vincent's. He's a physician himself, as you know, and thirdly, and most importantly, Stu, you are one beautiful person. So thank you. The mic is yours. Plus the fact, one of my sales associates whacked him for a sport coat in the back just before the event, so thank you.
Yes, she did. I went behind the curtain to see what was back there, and Rita followed me very quickly, and yep, it's on layaway. We're picking it up next week. I have to get fitted. And my wife Hillary did not come in that outfit. She came in an outfit and walked around and somehow appeared in another outfit, but at least 10% of that's going to St. Vincent's tonight. So that is absolutely beautiful. And yes, she's very embarrassed, but she looks stunning. So thank you. So I am Dr. Stuart Marcus. I am the proud president and CEO of St. Vincent's, and I just want to thank all of you for being here. I want to thank Bill. I want to thank Bill and his family for allowing us for 5 years in a row to be his guests at Mitchell's for this Women at Heart fashion show. Bill is really a true friend of St. Vincent's. He is a board member at St. Vincent's. Let me tell you a little story that happened over the last couple of weeks. Yesterday, actually, we hosted our Ascension Leadership. You may or may not know, St. Vincent's is part of the largest not-for-profit healthcare system in this country. It's called Ascension. It's based in St. Louis, in 23 states in the District of Columbia, over 136 hospitals, 160,000 people employed. So the CEO of the entire organization was coming here to visit St. Vincent's yesterday. And we were arranging this 2 weeks ago, and we had a breakfast, and Bill stops by the office and said, "Stu, is this important? Do I have to be there?" And I said, "Yes, Bill, it's important." He said, "Okay, I'll be there." And he was. He was the first to arrive. He was there at 7:30, and he was the first to arrive, completely engaged, completely supportive. And Bill, I thank you for all you do for St. Vincent's. So I want to thank all of you for what you're about to do. You're going to be helping St. Vincent's support our mission, which is to care for all who walk through our doors with special attention to the poor and vulnerable. The money you raise tonight is going to save a life somewhere. Somebody is going to get screened for cardiac disease. They'll find something, and we'll save that life by doing something preventative. Our cardiologists, who you see throughout the audience with their flashing ribbons, maybe our cardiac surgeon who's here tonight, Dr. Squitieri may be involved. Whatever it may be, we will take care of that. We're not going to know who that person is. Those funds that you donate tonight, we're not going to know where it ends up. But you should all know that somewhere out there, somebody is going to be saved by what you do tonight. And I thank you for that, and I think you should give yourselves a round of applause. So if you turn to your program on page 2, I just want to thank some of our sponsors. First, I want to thank our title sponsor, who's anonymous, so I can't tell you who it is. I don't even know who it is. They wouldn't tell me because they know I have a big mouth and I would spill. They say, "You sing like a canary." So they didn't tell me. I can't tell you, but whoever you are, you're probably here. So thank you to our title sponsor. Our diamond sponsor is a very good friend to St. Vincent's as well, Elizabeth Freem. You probably all know her well, being in this community for many years, and is a wonderful friend and is our diamond sponsor tonight. Our sapphire sponsors, Cardiology Physicians of Fairfield County, and there are many of you throughout the audience, so thank you, CPFC, for sponsoring this event. Dr. Mark Melendez, I saw you earlier. Cosmetics and Reconstructive Associates of Connecticut sponsored the event. I don't know where, oh, there he is, sitting right over here in front. And we have Dr. Rafe Squitieri as our gifts bag sponsor, sitting right here. He's our premier cardiac surgeon, right now acting as interim chair of the Department of Cardiology, soon to be named chair of the Department of Cardiology. So Rafe, thank you, Rafe. He doesn't know that yet. So I want to thank you to all the sponsors. The sponsors are written in the book. They're listed on our sponsor board, so please take a look. Please avail yourself of the expertise here. There's lots of flashing lights. There are physicians. There's nurses here. There's a lot of expertise. If you have questions, they can answer them. They can point you in the right direction. Tonight is all about you. So with that, I would like to introduce one of our premier cardiologists, Dr. Anya Wagner, who's going to come up here and speak to you for a little bit. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oops. As you all know, heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States for men and women. And actually, every year in the United States, more than 300,000 women die from heart disease. That's 1 woman every 60 seconds. That is 4 times more than women die from breast cancer. And indeed, more women than men die from heart diseases. And that is because the symptoms women experience are often more vague, versus men very frequently present with overwhelming symptoms like chest discomfort, really like you see it in the movies. Women can present with much more subtle symptoms. For example, jaw pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or indigestion. And we actually have a video for that.
It started out like a totally normal day. Mom! Okay, move objection deadline to the 3rd line after survey. Oh, honey, for when you always use the verb estar. What are you doing down there? Did you finish your breakfast? Ow. Whew. Don't hit your brother. Honey, you have to eat something. Here. Okay, 5 minutes to carpool. Where's my coffee?
You okay, Mom?
Oh, I'm fine. Sandwich orders. What do you want?
Almond butter and jelly.
Spaghetti.
You sure you're okay?
I'm fine, sweetie.
I am so late. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Hey, honey. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
Oh, yeah. Here.
Acai, my favorite. See you guys later.
Where are your shoes? Put your shoes back on, please. You know, go help your sister. We're going in 3 minutes. Oh my God, what am I doing? I forgot to cut off the crust. Voila. Shoes on, potty if you need it. Honey, get your sister. Okay, here. Nobody move. I'm getting a dustpan.
Mom! I think you're having a heart attack.
Honey, do I look like the type of person who has a heart attack? I'm just gonna sit down. I'm totally fine. Don't forget to wear the high socks with the shin guards.
Forget about the shin guards, Mom.
Come on, Mrs. Underdog is not gonna wait. Whoa. Okay. 9, 1, 1. Hi, sorry to bother you. I think I might be having a little heart attack. Nothing really, just some nausea, tightening of the jaw, dizziness, shortness of breath, muscle pain, achiness, this terrible pressure in my chest. Oh, really? They can be here in how long? 2 minutes. Can you make it 10? I thought I had gas. Turns out I was having a heart attack. Heart disease is the #1 killer of American women. So now I take care of my heart and I tell the women in my life to do the same.
Sounds great, by the way.
That's nice, sweetie, but that's not my heart. That is. Make it your mission to save your life and the lives of the women you love. Find out more from the American Heart Association at goredforwomen.org.
But we also tonight want to use the opportunity to let you know that heart disease can really occur in any age group, and it has many phases. And we have several examples here today. Would you like to stand up, please? We have some women with signs, and you can see, where are they? Heart diseases can happen. Young, middle age, and it has many phases. Thank you.
So those women shared their personal stories, and did you love Elizabeth Banks? You know that was Elizabeth Banks. She's great, isn't she? One of the things that we try to remind women at this event is that it's so easy to take care of everybody else, isn't it? Because we always put ourselves last. And we shouldn't be doing that. So tonight, I want you to put yourself first. And when you get home tomorrow, put yourself first. Because if you don't give to yourself, you can't give to anybody else. That's not in the script, but somebody told me once, you can't give what you don't have. So get up and make a commitment to your own self. And hopefully that video said it in a funny way, but it's true. So take care of you first. And on that note, I'm here to remind you tonight, 1 out of 3 women die from heart disease. We were able to help last year because of this event. 1,700 women get screened in the greater Bridgeport area. So that's what you help us to do. We like it to be a fun event. We like to show you the fashions. For some reason, Stuart and I were talking about how we never get asked to be a model. I don't know what it's going to take, but maybe next year. Where is he? But really, on a very serious note, the kind of work that we do in this community can't happen without you. Where's Sue Queso? Where are you, Sue? Where are you, Sue Queso? There she is. Sue is one of our educators. She goes out in the community to places like the Merton House, Mercy Learning Center, our churches, and she does our cardiac outreach education. So please give her a hand. We don't have enough tags up on the giving tree, and that's why I'm appealing to you right now. So you see this special ring? This is like a fashion ring, right? You can't get this anywhere. Maybe you can, but not tonight. So if you can tonight, please help support us. You're going to see the fashion show, and that's going to be amazing. And hopefully it's going to encourage you to purchase lots and lots of things at Mitchell's. But I also hope it's going to encourage you to make a generous donation. Get your ring, get your name up on the giving tree, and join us in this fight that's so important to the women in Greater Bridgeport, those that can't help themselves. And please, when you get home tonight and when you get up tomorrow, make sure take care of yourself first. So thank you again for being here, and I'm going to turn this over to Mary? Dave Price? Oh, for the live auction. That's next.
You betcha.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Another round of applause, please. There we go. We learned a lot. We saw a very interesting video. And while I had a couple of moments to work the store, what the hell were you thinking? I just want to show everyone this shirt, by the way. For those of you who shop at Filene's a little later on this season, you can pick this up for $10. $10. It will still have the Mitchell's label. Just want to be sure. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Stay. Put it there. Someone's going to vacuum it up later. So I just wanted to tell you that because that $500 shirt, which is going to be $10 in a few months, leaves you $490 to put on the giving tree. That's why I wanted to explain that. We have a lot of great live items for you tonight to potentially invest in. And keep in mind, because these items are donated, the great thing is we'll be able to turn over that money to this great cause. And hopefully raise funds and provide you with some neat opportunities tonight. So, everyone stay shh. I want to tell you about our first item. You can sail the high seas from the historic Mystic Seaport, relax in the sun, take the wheel, take a dip in the water, and see the beauty from just off the coast while being hosted by the Vandere family crew aboard the Sweet Caroline, a 50-foot sailing yacht with champagne and lunch and a beautiful day for all. Look at that boat. It is spectacular. Can everyone see it? There we go. It is simply stunning. You can settle on a perfect date and look forward to a fantastic experience. So, 50 feet, you can bring a lot of people on that boat, eat them out of house and home. And can we begin, let's say at, anyone want to throw out a number like $1,000? We have 1,000? Where's 1,000? 1,000, thank you very much. 1,100? Now let's make it interesting. 1,100? 1,100? Oh, come on, this is not how we want to start. 1,100? 1,100, 1,200, 1,200. Now, why don't you make it really stunning and outbid yourself? There we go, 1,200, 1,200, 1,300, 13, 13, 13, 13, 1,300, 13, 13, 13, 1,300. That's 1,200 plus 100, 1,300. 1,300. It's beautiful. 13, you could sell seats on this thing and make money. You know what? Pull up next to the Circle Line and all those people in New York who are going to be on that god-awful boat for 3 hours. Pull up in this and just sell the remaining seats. 1,300. Going once. 13. No, we had 13. Do you want to do? Oh, no, I was looking for 13. You're right. You're right. This is why you're probably a physician and I'm an idiot weatherman. 1,300. 1,400. Do we hear 14? 14. 14. Are you a physician? No, you're not. What do you do? Oh, no, you're not an idiot. You're not an idiot. The guy who ordered these shirts for this store, he's an idiot. Billy. 14. Do we hear 15? Or 13? 13. Do we hear 15? How about we close it out at 1,500? Anyone? Going once. Going twice. This is great. I'm really looking forward to spending the time with you guys. $1,300. Thank you very much. Wonderful. Thank you very, very much. That's very kind of you. And thank you to the Vandere family also for the generous donation. Shh. All right, this may be a tough sell, but I don't think so. It's that beautiful floral heart that you saw when you walked in. It's, I don't know, 40 feet by 40 feet. Shh. It's right by the front in the red carpet. None of your friends will have this in their home or business. That's what someone wrote. None of your friends will have this 40 by 40 floral heart in their home or business. That's right. Enjoy this beautiful, real-life, giant flower heart for several days to come. We will deliver it to your home. Shh. We will deliver it to your mansion because you need a mansion to put that in. Do we hear? It's valued at $1,500 when completely alive. Remember, you can amortize this over the next 7 days. You'll need some household staff, of course, to throw out the flowers one by one as they pass. Do we hear $500? 500. Okay, here's what we do. You take the, hold on, Billy. Oh, shush. We hear $500. What you do, you have that delivered at home, and then you take out a dozen at a time, and you send them to clients. They believe they've gotten a dozen roses or carnations or whatever that is. This is a tremendous way to show your customers what they mean to you, that you cared enough to bring that thing home and spend time breaking it up into dozens of different bouquets. Do I hear $500? I don't. I do not hear $500. I could throw in a Knicks ticket. That made it worth less. Billy wants it for $500. You could die tomorrow and no one would have to come. The funeral would still be very impressive, Billy. You're right. You're right. What you would need a Humvee hearse to pack that thing up. You would need a double plot to even bring that to the cemetery. You want to do it, 500? All right, well then tonight's a good night to go. Just saying, can you imagine the memorial sale here? 5% off in honor of the great late Billy Mitchell. He's standing there and he's fine. Relax. It's a Mother's Day present. That's right. If your wife had 500 children, that is a lovely Mother's Day present. Do we hear $501? Well, it looks like if you come back Saturday, that's going to be in the store. Billy paid $500. There'll be a price tag on it for $1,500. Going once, going twice. Oh, shocker, Billy Mitchell has donated $500 and taken the floral heart. This is remarkable. drive a BMW 7 Series for a weekend and learn how the rest of us live. Get out of your Maybach, your Mercedes SM. Oh, yeah, apparently you came in a Maybach. That's right. We don't take insurance anymore, only cash. To hell with Medicare. No. Are you a surgeon? Yeah. No? Whatever you do, you probably do it well if you're in a Maybach. A BMW, all kidding aside, BMW 7 Series is incredible. From BMW of Bridgeport, pick up a BMW 750 LXi on a Friday morning. Well, look, doesn't that shot show off Mitchell's? I mean, that's right on message. Pick up the BMW 750 LXi on Friday morning, use it for the weekend, return it by Monday at 3 p.m. And if you really want to screw them, like, take it to New Mexico. Just get some Red Bull and go. Bring it back. I don't know, the run flats are off the car. But the XM sounds phenomenal. I think it's worth at least $500. Hertz would get a lot of money for one of those BMW 3 Series with no options for the weekend where they, you can rent a luxury car from Hertz. $500. Do we hear 500? 500, there we go. 500 once. Do we hear 600? Do we hear 600? New Mexico. A Red Bull in the trunk. 500 going once. 500 going twice. You're going to love it. It is a what? Yeah, he bought it. Good, there we go. You're going to buy that for the weekend, and I'm telling you, you're going to wind up buying the car. You're going to wind up buying the car. All right, awesome. Thank you, sir. Right here. What's your name? John? Perfect. Thank you, John. Okay. Shh. Now we continue on with the hard sell auction with a Yankees signed jersey by the great reliever Dellin Betances. Right. I know what you're thinking. That's why I came here tonight. That's right, ladies. Everyone wants to go to the next cocktail party with a Dellin Betances Yankees jersey in 100% unbreathable polyester. You'll walk out of the house and sweat. Do we hear $250? Because you can probably bring it back to the Yankee store. Anyone have any kids you want to impress? Do you want to see how quickly polyester ignites? You could bring it back to Brian Cashman at the game if you buy the box and say, I want to meet this guy, whoever he is. He's their number one, am I right? Billy, is he the number one reliever? He's the number one reliever, which means something completely different in a urology office. Think about it. You're going to love that on the way home. $250 going no times. $250 going no times again. And that's the last. You want to bid on it? Terrific. Are you related to him? No, that's awesome. No, I was just saying, are you related to the... No, that's terrific. Great. Thank you very much. $250 we got for the lovely Yankee signed jersey. I knew if I talked long enough, someone would help me out. Thank you. Shh. Here we go. New York Yankees tickets in Brian Cashman's box with Brian there. Now, I will tell you, this is a very cool experience. The only rule on this box, is so help me God if you tell him what I just did with that relieving picture auction, we're going to have some trouble. The New York Yankees tickets in Brian Cashman's box for 6 people, including cocktails, food, and parking. These tickets cannot be bought. They cannot be purchased. It's Brian's box. They only go to people Brian likes. Brian likes Billy. Billy likes you. That's how it works. This is thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if it were me, I would get the box and I would hold someone's bar mitzvah in it. That's just me. 6 people, cocktails, food, and parking. $2,000. Do we hear 2,000? 2,000. 2,000. Do we hear 2,100? 21, 21, 22, 23, 2,300, 23, 2,300, 24, 2,400, 2,400, 2,400, 24. It's so far we're 2,400, 6 seats, 6 times 400 a seat, and that includes the game, a catered dinner. It really is amazing. Have you been? Have you been in Brian's Box before? It's incredible. Incredible. Is it 24? You have 24? How about 25? 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, 28, 29, 29, or 29, 3, 3, 3, 3. There we go. This is how a radar works, by the way, folks. You can only get that when a weatherman does your auction. 3, 31, 31. I say this is good for 5, but 31, 31, 32, 32, 33. Come on, it's so good. It's so good. It's so, 33. See, you think, you snooze, you lose. 34, 34, 30, 34. Wow, 34, 35, 35, 36, 36, twice high, as I say. 36, 36, 37, 37, 37, 38, 38, 39, 39, 4,000, 4,000. I think it's good for 5, but 4,000. Whoa! $5,000. There we go. Now what you saying? Yes. 51. 51. Someone, 52. I just like to have a slap fight up here. 53. Make a statement bid. What? 54. 54. 54. 55. 55. I say we get it to 6. Just me. 6. Do we hear 50? 6,000. Oh, it's getting hot in here. I could use a polyester jersey from Bettine Patensis. I'll tell you, hold on, I'm going to sweeten the deal. I'm going to throw in the Patensis jersey for anyone who goes to 65 or higher. 65! 65. 66. See, if you're at 65, I know you're going to go to 7. I know you're willing to go to 7. So for anyone willing to take that chance with me, not with my money, go to 66. 66. It's $200 more than where you were last time. 66. This man will drive you in a BMW there. And at the end, I'm sure this guy will take you on a boat home. 66. 66. 66! Statement bid, statement bid, statement bid. Statement bid. Say it, say it. $7,000! 7,000. 7,000. We're thinking. Statement bid. 7,000. 7,500. 8,000. That's only one pair of shoes here. So you go to the Yankees, but you just buy one less pair of shoes here. 7,500. Price of a suit, I wish. 7,500 going once. 8? Did I hear 8? 8! $8,000. You are awesome. $8,000. This is priceless, by the way, and the Yankees are looking good. Right, Billy? They're looking very good this year. We don't even know, but they're looking good. By the way, the catering is incredible. You can pretty much get anything you want. Full bar. Full bar. Imagine that. You can make a profit on that. You can tell your friends it's a cash bar. And then put up another cup that says tips greatly appreciated. You get that too. Think about it. Think about it. We have 8,000, 85 to you. 85 to you. You look lovely tonight. You really do. You're making my heart feel good. You really are. 8,500. That would do a lot for this aging heart. 8,500. Now granted, it's $500 more than 8,000, but 8,500. Do we hear it? 85. 85. Now it's getting interesting. 9 to you. 10. $10,000. Aren't these events usually really boring? $10,000, and he gets the Betances jersey. Going once. Going twice. What is your name? Billy Mitchell Jr. Unbelievable. Thank you so much for your kindness. Steve Stringer. A big round of applause for Steve Stringer. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Billy. And a special, keep it going, for Brian Cashman, because this gives Brian such joy when he can do this. Wow, what a great round of bidding that was. That's terrific. All right. Shh. Our final item of the evening. Shh. For anyone who loves sailing or loves the Sound or the Atlantic, this is a one-of-a-kind experience to witness firsthand the speed and power of an actual America's Cup racing yacht with your friends or clients. Shh. These yachts campaigned for the 1980 America's Cup in Newport and the 1987 America's Cup in Perth, Australia. You will set sail from the Delamar Hotel dock in Greenwich and enjoy a 3-hour hands-on or leisurely hands-off shore experience. That means if you want to, raise the sails and learn how to be a deckhand, you'll do that. And if you want to sit back with a glass of champagne, thank you. You can do that too. Cruise to the likes of Oyster Bay, no experience necessary. The sailing season is May 30th through November 15th. You'll work on a mutually agreeable date. Shh. I have been lucky enough to sail on these boats. It is absolutely remarkable. And I would urge you to bid on this. Again, this is for 10 people. All right, so this is a great outing for clients. You can write it off to the business. So I want to start. Can we start it at 1,000, which is I think well undervalued, but it's fun to begin that way. 1,000, 1,000. Do I hear 2,000? 2,000? 2,000. Come on, this is amazing. 3 hours, 10 people. This basically says you're saying to me as a group, I don't like my friends $200 worth. Okay? You're saying I like my friends $100 a piece. Right? $100 a piece. $100 a piece. What your friends are worth are basically $33 an hour. That's just above twice what the federal minimum wage may be in a few months. That's what you're saying. Now, do we have someone who thinks more of their friends than this woman? That's my question for you tonight. 10 people, 3 hours. Yes, sir. $3,000. Thank you. Your friends must be terrific. That's amazing. There we go. $3,000. Do we hear 4? 4. A 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour, which will work out better than the last 3-hour tour you're familiar with. Do we hear 4,000? 4,000. 4,000. Let me ask you, do we hear 3,000? Do we hear 3,000? 4,000? 3,000? 3,000? Do we hear another 3,000? Do we hear, I'm listening. Do we hear, listen, folks, look at the store we're in. Hermes, Cartier, Tod's. There, you can't get anything in this store for under $3,000. You can't return something in this store without being charged $3,000. So does anyone have another 3,000? Just checking. $3,000. Going once. Going twice. You're thinking, wow, my friends suck. They do. How do you feel right now? She brought you tonight. Right. Miss $33 an hour? Yeah. Okay. 3,500? I'll tell you what. Stop. I'm not going to screw you over. For $3,000 each, I will give you both a trip. Fair enough? And that way we raise $6,000. Works for you? Does it work for you? You just made $500. What? Yeah, exactly. There we go. So 3,000, we just made $6,000. How about that? So I just want to let you know how much this funding means to everybody. How much great work is going to be done as a result of this live auction. So I know, I'm looking at my notes right now. I know we have a great fashion show ahead. I want to bring up Mary again to introduce the fashion show. Shh. I want to thank you so much for your generosity and for having fun with all of this tonight. We raised a great deal of money in that auction. Mary, you want to come up and get this fashion show started? Are we ready? Fine. All right, here we go. Mary, big round of applause for Mary. Hold on, folks. I got one more. Shh. We'll get through it. We'll get through it very quickly. Shh. Best part. I have a $5,000 shopping spree at Mitchell's. Shh. Now you know that's worth about $33. So I invite the bidding. Shh. Now most people in this room do spend $5,000 at Mitchell's a year. So getting to $5,000 shouldn't be much of a problem. We'll start it at $2,000. $2,000 for a $5,000 bidding spree. 2. Do I hear 2,500? 2,500. Do I hear 3? 3 for a 5. 3. Do I hear 4? 4 for a 5. 4 for a 5. 4 for a 5. Thank you. All right. Do we hear a 4,500 for a 5? 4,500 for a 5. Do we hear 5 for 5? It's basically not doing anything, but we applaud for you. 5 for 5. $5,000? 5. 5 for 5. Now we go into, well, you're a little bit stupid because you're overpaying shopping here anyway, and now you're going to pay even more for the privilege of getting ripped off by the Mitchell family. So, do we hear 6 for 5? 6 for 5. 6 for 5. It's all for a good cause. You can go home and say, yeah, I'm stupid, but, you know, it's for a good cause. 6 for 5. 6 for 5. 6 for 5. You are not stupid. You are the one person overbidding who is not stupid, unless someone else wants to do it. 6 for 5. 7 for 5. 7,000 for a $5,000 shopping spree. $7,000 to pay retail for $5,000 worth of merchandise. It makes sense to me. It makes sense. Listen, $7,000. Yes, yes, yes. And I want to tell you, 7. Do I hear? Shh. Do I hear 8? 8 to you. 8 to you. 80, do I hear? 8. 8 to you. Thank you very much. You are going to be the most beloved, generous, not so bright person in the room. No. You are very bright. And you could be a genius if we can work this out right now. Do I hear? What are we at? 8? 9. 9. Hold on. I will throw in, we will make Billy call in sick that day. It will be a peaceful shopping experience. 9. Or we will have the owners of the store wait hand and foot on you. Mitchell family members will wait on you specifically for $9,000. 9. 85. 85. 85. Yes, of course. Look at the Manolos over there. Right, 85. 85. 85. 85. We're thinking about it. 85. 85 going once. Think of the tax write-off. You write off half of it, right? You're still even. You're still even until you think of what their markup is. 85 going once. 85 going once. 85! 9! Oh, man, I feel your pain. 9 going once. You, my dear, I love. I'm not kidding. Shh. I need your attention for one moment. First, much as I joke about that gift certificate and the Mitchells, and we go back, we are literally as close as family. I can't tell you how many of these I have sold over the past 15 years. I cannot tell you. So your generosity, I know we're turning it into the We Love, I can't even thank you and your family enough, number one. Number two, and I mean this, shh, please. None of us comes here to go home with something spectacular. None of us comes here to go get a super bargain. We come here knowing we're going to spend more than sometimes something's worth. And what you have done for this organization tonight, what each of you who has purchased something has done, is truly exceptional. And I hope that warms your heart. And I hope you know how much everyone here appreciates this tonight. Thank you. What's your name? Maureen Ward? Maureen Ward. Maureen Ward, we love you. A big round of applause for Maureen. How about that? We had a great evening. All right, now Mary's going to have the fashion show. All right, Mary, take it away.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate all of your support, your love, your generosity. I hope you're all having fun. We have a great fashion show tonight. Most of our models are doctors and nurses from the St. Vincent's Hospital. I do think they look great. One second. We're ready? Yes, okay. I just want to do a special thank you to the committee. Everyone worked so hard on this event, and everyone at St. Vincent's, but a special thank you to the Mitchell family. This is just one of many events they do here throughout the year. They just push their millions of dollars of merchandise aside to raise money for a great cause. And I just wanted to let all of you know that Bill Mitchell is being honored by Colby Cathedral High School for all of the wonderful work he's done with the youth in Bridgeport. So congratulations to Bill. First model's out. Yes. We have Sandra Garay. She is a cardiac nurse with Dr. Alan Ronan. He's a cardiologist, both at St. Vincent's Hospital. Just so you know, Dr. Ronan is so busy saving lives that he showed up here tonight 5:30 to try on his clothes. And what do you know? Everything fit perfectly. He loved it. He's wearing a white seersucker jacket, it's timeless. She's wearing a red Lanvin dress that could take you to a charity event or a cocktail party. And she's sporting a Louboutin bag that we had transferred in from one of our West Coast stores. We have that capability on our website. You can browse the merchandise in all 8 stores and reserve it in our store, ready here for you when you arrive. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Dr. Dan Gottschall. He's a gynecologist, but it's One Love at St. V, so he came out here to support us women. We have Tara Banks. She's a cardiac specialist in the cardiac cath lab. She's wearing Chloe blouse. No one does a blouse like Chloe. And an Anya Hindmark clutch. Dr. Gottschall is wearing a Samuelson sport coat, and only real men wear white jeans. And he's not wearing socks. He thinks he's a badass. And he's sporting a little briefcase messenger that goes work weekend. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Christina Bashar. She's an RN in the cardiac floor, and Opal Smith. She's a clinical nurse leader in the telemetry unit. They're doing a little girls' night out. Christina's skirt is by Valentino, made of thousands of hand-cut leather strips. She's also wearing a Louboutin purse. Opal has a Lanvin cocktail dress. And Opal's carrying a Saint Laurent handbag. Quick fact about heart disease, it claims the life of a woman every single minute. Thank you so much. Next up, we have Liz Texera. She is a natural for the runway. She's also a registered nurse in the cardiac cath lab. She's sporting a Bohemian Trend from Zimmerman, one of our newer brands. This is a very reasonably priced brand, and it's geared to the very adventurous soul. Maybe Coachella invite. Thank you, Liz. Next up, we have Paul Cinto and Nicole Simpson. Paul is a registered nurse in the telemetry floor, and Nicole is the manager of the telemetry floor. Paul's sporting a very cute weekend look Brunello Cucinelli vest. Nicole's also wearing Brunello Cucinelli, brand that we love at Mitchell's. Brunello's a very close friend of the Mitchells. He has transformed his town that he grew up in Italy into a booming industry. He's built an amphitheater, a university. Thank you so much. Jenna Walden, also working on the cardiac floor, did not need a companion. She's wearing a cardiac color from Veronica Beard. She's not afraid to show little skin. Skin is in. She's also wearing a Valentino crossbody bag with their iconic rock studs. Thank you, Jenna. Next up is my niece and nephew, Paul and Stephanie Wigglesworth. Best looking brother and sister I've ever seen. Steffi's wearing a sweater from The Row. She's also sporting a handbag from Christian Louboutin. Paulie's wearing a sport coat from Brioni. That's the brand that James Bond wears. He thinks he's a dapper dude with that sweater thrown over his shoulders. He likes accessories. On a serious note, Paul and Steffi's mom died of a heart attack when she died when she was just 28. I have a riddle for you. Who can break your heart and then fix it? That's Dr. Venu Chamsetti. He's a cardiologist, and he has lots of specialties: cardiac catheterization, ablation for treatment of cardiac arrhythmias. He's wearing a very fancy sport coat by Isaia, mostly handmade in Naples, Italy. He's wearing a chambray denim shirt, which is a great trend for spring for men, and a very refined cargo. Thank you, Dr. Chomseti. Next up, we have Trish. She also works in the cardiology unit. She's not afraid to wear a little fur in spring. She's representing a micro trend for spring of the pom-poms. And she's wearing a beautiful red dress from Michael Kors. This week, we're having a Michael Kors trunk show for fall 2016 here in Mitchell's and also Richards in Greenwich. Work it, girl. Thank you, Trish. Next up, we have Dr. Ed Kaczynski and Dr. Shita Parsa. Dr. Kaczynski, people are going to start talking about you. Every year you walk with a different girl. Dr. Kaczynski is wearing a beautiful suit from Xenia, one of the favorite men's brands here. Dr. Parsa is wearing a Ralph Lauren jumpsuit. We heard a lot that jumpsuits were trendy, but they're coming back year after year, so I would dare to say they're a new classic. I love the pop of color on her accessory. Proenza Schooler makes beautiful handbags. Whoa. Give them a reason to talk. Dr. Parsa works in the emergency room. She's one tough chick. Thank you so much. To finish our show, we put the red carpet out for Dr. Camila Lawrence. She is a very talented, highly skilled surgeon. Her specialty is boobies, and we figured boobies are close to your heart, so we asked her to model. Yeah. She looks absolutely ravishing. Her stole is by Laura Piana, and the fur is chinchilla. Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Lawrence. We have one more. This Dr. Ronan, he's such a pain in my butt. He wants to wear the shirt that Dave Price picked out for him, so he wants to do one more whirl for you ladies. Give it up for this guy. Thank you so much, Dr. Ronan. Can we have one more round of applause for all of the models, please? The doctors and nurses in St. V's working hard to save our lives every day, all day. Hospital never closes. They don't get sick days. They don't get snow days. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know who I'm. Can I turn it over to Dr. Marcus? Thank you, everyone, for your generosity, for the live and silent auction, for everything that you gave to the Giving Tree. St. Vincent's is a wonderful hospital, and they really care a lot about their patients. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you very much, Mary. Shh. Shh. All right, we're almost at the point where we're going to continue the evening with dessert and some camaraderie. But I want to remind you the silent auction is open for just a couple of minutes longer, like 2 minutes longer. So if you want to mingle over here, it's not rude to try and outbid your friends. There's nothing more fun than denying somebody the opportunity to get something they really like. Also, how funny is this? Someone misplaced 2 lottery tickets on the way in. So we have them back here. This lovely woman right there has your 2 lottery tickets. And if you don't claim them, we will win and forget you ever existed. So, I want to remind you also the Giving Tree is open through the evening, and when finally you are on your way out, and we have people walking around right now with lovely baskets, an opportunity to give anything, $10, $25, $50, $100,000. So if you, or $10, $25, $50. Whatever you can spare would be lovely, just as a small token on the way out would be dynamite. But I want to take a moment for just one more word, and it's an important one. So if you have a moment and don't need to go anywhere, I want to introduce Rafe Squitieri, Dr. Rafe Squitieri, who, as we mentioned, is the soon-to-be chairman of the Cardiovascular Services and chief of cardiothoracic surgery at St. Vincent's Medical Center. Dr. Squitieri, please take the stage. Thank you, and give him a warm welcome.
Thank you very much. It's an honor to be here, and thank you all for coming. I would like to just continue with thanking the Mitchells and the Mitchell family for hosting this very generous event. We couldn't do it without you, and again, thank you so very much. I also wanted to recognize Kim Pugh for all of her hard work. She has worked tirelessly, many, many hours to put this together. And made it happen. Kim, thank you again. Thank you so much. I would like to thank Dr. Anya Wagner as our spokesperson for Women at Heart. She does a terrific job. Anya, thank you very much. I'd like to thank all of the models. They did a great job, and all the stylists for all their hard work, and all the staff here at Mitchell's. I'd like to really thank all the sponsors, the special sponsors that made this evening possible, and all the guests. Thank you for coming. I know it's getting a little bit late, and I don't want to take too much time. And when Kim asked me to do this, she said, "Can you say a few words about cardiology?" And I always get very excited when I get an opportunity to talk about our department, cardiovascular medicine, and all the talented and dedicated people that we have working at St. Vincent's to make all of these great things happen. And then she said, "You have 5 minutes." So I'm going to try and move pretty quickly through this. I wanted to mention one thing, and you can jump ahead a couple of slides for me. One more. That we have just kicked off our cardiovascular campaign, and this is a very important initiative for us at St. Vincent's. It's a campaign just for cardiology, and it's focusing on 2 areas. You can go ahead for me to the next slide. The first is to build a brand new electrophysiology lab, an EP lab. Yes. This is about a $4 million project, and it's really going to be a state-of-the-art lab, and it's going to allow our EP physicians to take our complex arrhythmia center to the next level. Already, that group that runs our AFib center has some of the best results in the country with respect to AFib outcomes. And this will allow them to improve upon those results and also increase patient safety and satisfaction at the same time. And that is really, really a big need for us at St. Vincent's to have this opportunity to do this and to build this lab. The other part of the capital campaign for cardiology is to renovate the 6th floor. Can you advance? This, if anybody's been there recently, you'll know that it's in desperate need of renovation. And I think it's overdue, and I think it's going to be a major component of our success going forward. It'll allow our patients an environment to recover from whatever they've had in really an environment that's on par with the quality of the care that the staff has delivered them, and it'll help them really recover much more quickly. And I think it's going to impact their overall experience terrifically. So that said, I'm going to just now leave, you can move to the next slide, just to share with you a few patient stories that have really, I thought would be nice to share with you all this evening. And you know, St. Vincent's and cardiology has had a lot of firsts. We've had a lot of firsts. We were the first to do TAVR in our region, the first to do PAMI in our region, and on and on. But I wanted to share with you two quick patient experiences that were recent firsts for us. Can you go to the next slide? So this picture here is a picture of our TAVR team, and that's the team that does the minimally invasive aortic valve replacement. We were the first hospital to do this in our region, and we kicked this program off 2 years ago on Valentine's Day. And since then, that team has performed hundreds of these procedures, and it's been incredibly successful, and we've helped many, many patients who really were too sick to have surgery. And you can see here, there's a balloon going in and replacing that aortic valve without surgery. Very recently, we had an elderly gentleman come to the hospital with very severe mitral disease of his mitral valve. And he was dying in heart failure, and he was seen by the heart valve team, and it was clear he was too sick to have any kind of an operation. At most hospitals, someone like this would likely be just sent home, made comfortable, and that would be the end of it. But our TAVR team, headed by Dr. Jumper and all of our staff, decided to try and do something for this gentleman. And they went to the IRB, which is our review board, and they petitioned to get use of this aortic valve for this gentleman in his mitral position. And after about 5 days of deliberation, the IRB came back and said, Dr. Jumper, you can do that procedure. So go to the next slide. This is a picture of that gentleman about a week after he had that life-saving mitral valve replacement. I would say probably fewer than 100 of these procedures have been done in the country, and this was the first one in our area. And I think it speaks volumes about the group of individuals, the physicians, their dedication to go to bat for just one single patient. And I couldn't be prouder to be part of that team. I have to mention Rodney Seaman. He's our TAVR coordinator. He does a phenomenal job. And the last patient story I want to share with you is really a moving story. It's a story of a young woman in her 30s. She was pregnant, and just recently she developed a terrible pneumonia. And she presented to the hospital really in extremis. I don't think she realized how sick she really was. So by the time she made it to St. Vincent's, she actually went into preterm labor and delivered at 30 weeks. She became so ill that she had to be placed onto a ventilator immediately after delivery. The baby went to the NICU, the mom went to the ICU, and I just remember seeing her husband in the waiting area, just thinking, what just happened? Within about 3 days, her lungs had completely failed, and she was really nearing the end of her rope. And the heart team was called to see her. It's a multidisciplinary team of cardiologists and nurses and specialists. And they made the decision to place her on ECMO, which is extracorporeal life support, to try and buy her some additional time so that her lungs might heal up and that she would have really an opportunity to survive. So in fact, she did get placed onto that machine. You can see kind of a schematic of what that looks like, and that allows a patient to have oxygen placed directly into their bloodstream when their lungs can't do it and their heart has failed. And go to the next slide for me. This is a picture recently of this. I think Stu Marcus said it best. When I showed him this picture, he said, you know, that smile, that's what it's all about. And I think he's right. I couldn't be prouder of the team and the people here in this room and the physicians because they make all of this possible. And with that, I'd just like to thank you all for being here this evening. I want to remind you to go to the Giving Tree and also to pick up your gift bags and some candy at the candy bar before you go. But again, this has been a great evening. And thank you for everything you do for St. Vincent's. Good night.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, everyone, for your generosity. It is my honor to be here again this year. And here's to great things in the next 12 months. Thank you for having me. Don't go anywhere. You don't have to rush out. Enjoy the evening, and thank you. God bless.